Okay, guys, I've got a video for you today on my top 4 things that I do to battle depression. Okay, and I got one special bonus for you if you watch till the end. So you got to watch this whole thing all the way through. But first of all, I got to tell you, I'm making this video for my dad. He put me up to the challenge, so no pressure, right? He said he might play it in his church, may or may not. I don't know if this is going live or public, and if it is, you're blessed to have Pastor Stan. I know he's helped me with my depression in many ways, and I know he just has a heart to help other people, and so thank you, Dad. Anyways, so here's what happened. We were doing our weekly prayer time on Thursday mornings. Every Thursday morning, I meet with my dad on the phone, and we pray about our top 3 things. And this week, after we got done praying, he's like, hey, I want to ask you about something because I know this is something you struggle with. And it is. And he said, what do you do, about your depression? Or can you give me some pointers for the sermon coming up this week on Sunday? And I said, yeah, right away. I thought of 3 things, and then I thought of a 4th one. And anyways, I want to share those with you guys today. Whoever is watching, if you're battling depression, and I'm talking to people that struggle with real depression, I understand there's depression that kind of comes and goes, little bouts of depression, but I want to focus on the depression that kind of sticks around and a lasting depression, because I battled with depression for about 5 years, and I do have some victory over it. And I want to title this video Overcoming and Battling Depression, because it is a battle, all right? You're not going to find some magic trick or magic cure, okay? It's just not going to happen, and then you're going to be okay. If you have real depression, lasting depression, or long-term depression, like chronic depression, clinical depression, severe depression, or suicidal depression, whatever it is, this is a battle for your very soul and your very life and your mind and your emotional well-being, okay? So grasp that. This is a battle. I don't want to underplay that in any way, all right? Physical, mental, and spiritual, those are the 3 aspects that it attacks. It's going to attack you in every one of those, physically, mentally, and spiritually, okay? The devil seeks to kill, steal, and destroy. And how can he do that? By attacking every area of our being, okay? My top 4 things I do to battle depression, all right? Number one, take this to the bank. Stay connected, all right? Your depression wants to isolate you, and it wants to take you out. It's like, what does Satan do? He goes after the lonely lost sheep, right? But how does he do that? He doesn't go for the sheep in the flock. They want you away from the flock, and then they take you down, like 2 or 3 of them. So you imagine all these demons piling on you. If Satan can isolate you, if the devil can isolate you, he can take you down. And so just know that this is a spiritual battle as well. And when you get depressed, at least for me, I tend to isolate, and I don't want to go out in public. I don't want to see or talk to anyone. You need to stay connected, and you need to talk to someone. Talk with someone who cares about you. And you need to do this every day, okay? Now, what happens with me when I get depressed is I lose all of my self-worth. I lose all of my self-worth, and all of my value goes out the window, and I don't feel like I'm a good human being. I don't like myself. And when I talk to someone that cares about me or loves me and that doesn't judge me, it almost instantly repairs my self-worth, okay? So that's very important, because when you're dealing with depression, your self-worth is out the window, all right? So you got to talk to someone every day who loves you and cares about you, or at least every other day. And when you get feeling down and out, and you feel so worthless that it's not even worth talking to anyone, talking to someone can almost instantly restore your self-worth and a sense that you're loved, okay? All right, number 2, exercise at least every other day for 10 minutes, all right? And if you can't do it every other day, try to do it at least a couple times a week, all right? And I'm trying to make this easy. I don't want to overcomplicate it, because when you're depressed, The idea of doing anything on some type of a schedule is just overwhelming. It's impossible. You're not going to do it, right? Okay. But I can tell you, if you can do some type of cardio for at least 10 minutes, that's not very long. Like, you can go do 10 minutes and come back and forget you even did it and feel so much better. But when I do it, I can tell you my problems are right here. My gray cloud of depression is right here, and I'm usually under it. But if I go work out for at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes of cardio, it rises me above that level of depression to where I can kind of like handle things. But when I'm below it, everything just seems so astonishingly difficult to overcome in my life, and there seems to be no answers. But when I work out, I seem to rise above somehow. So working out is magic. If you didn't know that, don't do it to get in shape. Go do it for your mental health. All right. Don't worry about routine. Just try to get it in a couple times a week. Number 3, get plugged in somewhere. All right. I do Celebrate Recovery and I do church. And here's the thing. Go even when you feel too depressed or too tired. No matter what. No matter what your mind is telling you, you're not worth it. I'm just afraid to be around people. That's exactly what you need. You need to get pulled out of your comfort zone. You need to go do it. I don't care if you're afraid or how uncomfortable you are. You need to make yourself go, because I've had to make myself go, okay? And every time I've gone, I've always come out thinking, man, I'm sure glad I came. That made me feel better. So do it. Do it. Get plugged in somewhere and get connected and go no matter what. All right. Number 4, get outside help. Don't be afraid to see a counselor. Actually, I meant to say, do it afraid. Instead of don't be afraid, do it afraid. Okay? Get the courage to get out of your pride and get some help. Because I know for me, my pride will get in the way, and I don't want to look dumb to someone. But because when you go in, you have to humble yourself and tell someone else your problems. And our human will and our pride doesn't want to let us do that. So don't let pride stand in your way. Pick up that phone and ask for some help. Don't be afraid to get some counseling, either through the church or, some different counseling agencies. And I know I've even said to myself, well, I'm poor and I just don't even have the money to go do that. Because when you're depressed, you're just down and out. And don't let that stop you. There's places will work with you, and there's places that'll help you get the counseling you need, okay? And I still go, and I benefit from it. I walk away every time feeling better. So those are my 4 fundamental keys. And my bonus idea to help you, and this is really something, it's just more of a stake in your battle, is reconnecting with an old forgotten friend can be very healing. Someone who knows the real you, someone who will always love you, one of those types. Maybe a friend from high school, someone you went to church with a long time ago, and someone who knows your backstory, okay? So there could be someone out there that you can reconnect with that you haven't talked to for a long time, but they know the real you. And when you battle with depression, you kind of lose sight of the real you, the good person that you are, and you start to think that you're a bad person. And when you talk to someone like that, it can just instantly repair your soul in so many ways and just make you feel loved again and like you're just meant to be a part of this world. I don't know about you, but my depression has taken me out so many times to where I just feel like I don't even have a place or belong in this world. And I don't believe that's what God wants for us. I really don't. I don't believe that's God's best for us. But the reality is that's what happens. So I don't care what anybody says, let's, just overcome this depression. It's not that easy. It is a battle. It is a battle for your very life and your mind and your sanity and your well-being. And hopefully I've shared some things with you that are fundamentals to me. I have to make myself do these things. I want you to know I've struggled with depression on the deepest of levels, to the point where I have not wanted to live, where I would go to bed praying that God would just, not let me wake up in the morning. And then I would wake up the next morning and I would be like, God, why did you let me wake up today? I wish I could have just died in my sleep. And I truly understand what it means to be in, I guess the word would be anguish, because I've had depression severe enough to where it just puts me in anguish, where there's just no easy answers. It just doesn't seem like there's any solution. But I'm here to tell you, I have suffered in the deepest of depressions for a long period of time. And I even completely lost my faith in God and in Jesus, and I didn't know what I believed. So if that's you, that's okay. I want to tell you that's okay. It's okay to be like that. It's okay to not know what you believe. Just keep moving forward. You can only get stuck in a rut if you stop moving. So keep moving forward and you won't get stuck. It may feel like you're stuck and it may seem like there's no way out, but take it from somebody who's been from rock bottom. And I'm telling you what, I've been through divorce and I've struggled with, the hurt that comes from not seeing my children every day. So if that's you, I understand. You feel like you've lost someone, but you really haven't. They're still alive. It's almost like that part of you dies and you're just trying to cope. I've suffered and struggled with addiction, and I understand that. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in real pain and not think you're going to come out of it, and to go through it for a long period of time. So if that's you today, I hope this message speaks to you. Thanks for watching. And I love you guys. Love you, Dad. And I hope this helps someone. Thanks for watching. Much love.